Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and a finale of our 1968 Pontiac Firebird 400 kit from Revell. It was a 2-in-1 kit and I didn't do it with the blower on it. So what I did with this is I kind of went for the Rockford Files prequel. I mixed Tamiya's titanium gold with Tamiya's copper until I got it to the color I liked. And what I was trying to do is stay with the gold but go with a little bit of the metallic-y brownish that the copper would give. And I think it really nailed it. I don't have a mix for that, I'm sorry, because I just kept adding copper to the titanium gold until it looked right to me. So, but let's talk about the build here. This kit, by far, first off, you'd notice that I don't have any crew today. The crew's all in my other shop working diligently so that our next build can start over there. So right now it's just me and the car, and they all told me to tell everybody hi, but they wanted to get that thing going. So the interior of this is Tamiya's dark yellow, predominantly, with a little bit of panel lining and shading and things like that, and quick shine. But I did a video on how I did the leather seats. If you want to watch it, check it out. I'm really happy with how these came out, and I'm going to do a music montage at the end that I'll show a whole bunch of pictures of the interiors, because trying to hold it up to the camera, it's just, you can't see it, and it just makes everybody dizzy. But let's talk about this. By far, this is the best Revell kit I've ever built. It fit together perfect. There was just minor things like the tail lights in the back. Took me a little while just to get the fit right, but it's all part of modeling, you know. There was hardly any flash. The exhaust gave me a little bit of trouble, but we worked that out, no problem. The engine fell together, so I was able to detail the snot out of it. The hood came out really nice. I added the tack to it. I'm going to pull the hood clean out here. I added the tack to it, and I thought about opening up the two scoops, because they were actually ram air open in the real car. But with the plastic piece underneath here, it really wouldn't show up that much, so I think the black is good enough for that. But I did the Rockford Gold underneath too, and then the semi-gloss on that. The engine bay. Man, I had a blast with the engine bay. I added, let me set this down, and I'm going to just pull you down to it. It'll be, it'll be better that way, I think. But I'll grab my finger. I added to the engine plug wires, PCV lines, the crank vent, sending lines coming off the front and around this side, battery cables, the alternator wires, and the brake lines, and the little wire on the top for the cap to hold the brake cap on. I opted this to go into the quick shine for the air cleaner cover, because I like that look better. I've seen it go both ways, where they do have that chrome and they do have it black. I just think the black shows off the Pontiac blue a lot better. And the Pontiac blue is chrome silver, 2 parts chrome silver to 1 part sky blue, all Tamiya paint. I did the inside here a flat black, and then came back and hit it with quick shine just to give it the semi-gloss look, and to see it, to kind of harden it up a little bit. The radiator is painted semi-gloss. The decals for this are awesome. I mean, it even has OK5 on the front here of the head. So cool. I added the letters or the lines on the belt. But everything else went really great in here. It really looks the part. So I'm going to back you up so we don't get seasick now while I move this thing around. But it really does. The firewall had good detail on it. The only thing it's missing is the windshield washer bottle. It's not there. But everything else is there and looks good. One of the few kits that I didn't have to throw the alternator in QuickShine. Or QuickShine. Into LA Awesome. It wasn't chromed, which was, it's a plus for me. But everything else went great on this thing. I was able to add a lot of extra little things to really make it look good. Heater hoses I added too. Just so much fun here. The front, I'm going to spin this and bring it up to you. The front went together so nice. I had to do a little trimming on the chrome just to get this to drop in perfectly. But, well, a motorcycle outside. But it did. It laid in there nice and fit tight. The turn signals, I looked real hard to see if there was supposed to be orange bulbs in there. I couldn't see them in pictures, so I didn't paint them in this time. But that's just, my laundry's done. That's just painted chrome silver underneath, and then these were put on with QuickShine. The headlights were just glued in with QuickShine. The back semi-gloss black was glued in with QuickShine also. So I use a lot of that. The back side here, let's spin this around. We got the tail lights. Did give me they were a little finicky, but it's just because I didn't want to gouge things out and make it really look horrible, because they are so small. But they're clear lenses. So the first thing I did is painted around the front of them with chrome silver, because there's no chrome on the trim. The chrome was on the red plastic part. So I did that, let it dry, and then, well, I didn't let it dry. I did that, and then I put them in place so that the glue actually glued, or the paint actually glued the clear to the back piece. And then once I did that, I flipped it over. I gave it a real heavy coat of clear red, let that dry for a couple hours, and then hit that with chrome silver over the top to give it that reflectivity that the taillight should have. The back bumper dropped on there perfectly. The license plate, I took a picture of Rockford's license plate, 853 ONG. 853 is the first time he was on TV. The month and the year. So I didn't know that until I built his kit. But that's what the 853 is, or stands for there. The sick chicken in the back here is actually the one that's supposed to go on the inside door. I talked about that in my update. I painted the ones in the door and used this one in the back. I painted this with chrome silver and then just took my pencil and made a line there for the key slot. And that worked out good. And while I'm holding this in my hand, we'll just keep rotating it over. I did a very light dusting of the bottom. And I'm going to set it right down on this hood. And I'll pull you in a little bit so that it's not all shaky here. Did a real light dusting underneath here with my, it looks like desert tan, yellow pastel chalk. I've showed you that before. I got that at Hobby Lobby probably 20 years ago, and it's still got another 50 left in it. The exhaust, I used Tammy's Weathermaster C, I think it is, the one that has the rust color in it. And I took the rust and on a Q-tip, one of my pointy Q-tips, and dabbed it here or there, and then flipped the Q-tip over and then brushed it in to give it that rust look, and it really does a good job of that. It really shows up nice. I'm proud of myself. I remember to put the drive shaft in before the engine, so I didn't have to try to bend it in place. And this is not a good one to have to do that to, because the exhaust does sit down where it's supposed to, and I don't know if I'd have to snap that off and then super glue it in there. The trunk, or the gas tank, just got painted flat aluminum. The straps, I left the flat black that I painted the underside. Suspension dropped right on, no problem. There's not a whole lot of detail. I was thinking about putting the sway bar in here, but I ended up having stuff get moved over into the other side, so I didn't have that available. Same with the back. I wanted to do the sway bar with the drop posts on it. Just didn't get there. Along with, I didn't weather my tires either. Once I get over there, I guarantee I'll pull this thing back out and weather my tires. I doubt I'll do the sway bar and stuff like that with it, but I gotta weather the tires. I just used panel liner, black panel liner for the exhaust, and I did drill those out just a little bit because they are such a tight swoop. I didn't want to scallop this out on the ends, so I went very shallow with that, so I didn't drill through it to the other side, which would have been my luck. And all the brake lines and the fuel lines on here were already molded in, so I just took my silver gel pen and went over top of that just before I dusted this in, which made it to where when I dusted it in, I took a little bit of that shine off of that silver, and I'm glad I did that way because it really worked out well. And now let's go sideways here. I did the chrome on the bottom and around the wheel wells, and then, you know, the chrome on the top and everything. The door latches are awesome. They're pinned to where they just drop right in. They go right in place. You don't have to mess around with them at all. I used my gloss clear Mod Podge to set them, to lock them in place, and they were really easy. Like I said, this kit was very well designed all the way around. The tires, I painted the inside with dark gray. I didn't want to go flat black in there because I wanted just a little bit of color on these, so I did the dark gray instead. They do have decals for the centers. I opted to just use my clear red on them. I like that look. Other than the black with the red letters, I just like that. I just needed a little bit of color over there other than just the gold and the black. The white walls are hand painted. They're actually predominant. They stick up all the way around. So I scuffed them with 1000 grit sanding stick and then real lightly hand painted those with Tamiya's gloss white. So it was just that easy. The glass on this laid in really well. I mean, it literally laid down nice. So what I did to hold it in place is I started out by just not in the corner, but off the corner. Here, and here on the back one, I used my clear Mod Podge, the gloss clear, and just little tiny dabs just to hold that in place. I did the same in the front, here and here, and then up top here were the visors. And the visors don't sit flush on the roof. They tilt down a little bit, so if there's any mismold or anything, they don't get in the way. So I did that. I let that sit for a while. It might have been overnight, to be honest with you. I don't remember now. I think it was. And then I came back down and I used this paintbrush, the nice pointy paintbrush, but it's kind of full. And what I did is I dipped that in quick shine. With this being upside down, I dipped it in quick shine and I brought it right to the edge where the glass meets the plastic. And when I did that, the little drop of quick shine that was on there went into that groove and just capillary action all the way around this thing. I did like 3 or 4 different drops, and it literally sucked it off the brush and worked its way around here to glue these windows in tight. And I'm telling you, man, I'm going to do a video on that, because I've done it 3 times now this way, and all 3 times it's been the best glass I've ever done. So as long as the glass fits up in here nicely to where there's no huge gaposises anywhere, that thing will pull that quick shine right off your brush, and you can literally see it in the glass run. So like I said, I'll do a video on that because it's worth doing. I did something else here too. The front of the windshield wipers, I painted flat black, and you know, just made a big flat black mark on there, and let that dry. And then I came back and I did my chrome behind that, and I just lost my finger here. I did the chrome on the back side of it, tilting this way. And what I did with my chrome on here is I didn't want that super duper shiny chrome like you get with the bare metal foil down here. This was just such a big place. I needed a bare metal foil to make it flat, to where it wasn't differential in colors. But what I used is a silver Sharpie marker. and I haven't done this, I haven't used this in a while, because I've used Molotow pens and I've used my silver gel pen. And now down here in the little corners where the silver meets the door frame, I did do that with gel pen. Here and over here behind the mirror and right in here on both sides, I did use the gel pen because the Sharpie marker would have hit. So, and I keep moving my my base out. So I did that, but what that did when I did the windshield wipers, we're back to the windshield wipers now, is that left the black rubber show on the glass. So it looks like there's actually the rubber windshield wiper part of the windshield wiper on there. And I'm going to do that from now on, as long as it sticks up enough to where you can see it like that. So I think we've just done a walk around the car. It's weird not having the crew here with me, but rest assured, they're going to have a heck of a nice shop here in about 2 weeks. So from where we are here to just one room over, I will see you on the next build. Again, stick around. We'll do the music montage here coming up. But I want to thank everybody for everything. This has been a heck of a fun deal, and I couldn't do it without every one of you. So thank you very much for everything. And you all have a great day and a better tomorrow. Let's start the music.